Okay, the White Rose Maths Barvember problem from Monday the 26th of November, and let's have a look here. It's all looking very complicated. Let's see. Mrs. Lee drops a box of double-sided counters. The counters either show red or yellow. If 10% of the red counters were turned over, then there would be 195 counters showing yellow. If instead, though, 20% of the yellow counters were turned over, then there would be 120 showing yellow. Okay, how many counters, this is a question, how many counters were showing red when the box was first dropped? Okay, right. So I have a feeling I might use my colours here, but let's have a look. So we've got red and we've got yellow. In red, we talk about there being 10%. So 1, hang on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and then yellow, I'm just going to draw it the same size. I don't know what they are relative to each other. Okay, and in this scenario, so I'm going to say that this is scenario 1 and this is scenario 2. Okay, so in scenario 1 we've got all of this is yellow. Okay, that's all yellow, and 10% of the red counters were turned over to be yellow. All right, and the rest of this is red. Okay, and in this situation, what have we got? That's 195 yellow, and it's really important to put that in. Okay, so in that scenario there's 195 yellow counters. Okay, and I'm guessing the other scenario is there for a reason, so let's have a look. So red, so if instead though 20% of the yellow counters were turned over, there would be 120 showing yellow. So this time I'll just do, that's going to be my red, yellow, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's obviously each of these is 10% or a tenth. And then what's in this scenario? Okay, we've got, that's all going to be red. So if instead though 20% of the yellow counters were turned over, so that's 20% would be turned over to red. Okay, so 20%, and this is all yellow. And in this scenario, what have I got? 120 yellow. Okay, now this is nice and easy to see, because if we look at this situation, I don't know anything about yellow here. I don't know how many equal size, blocks, equal size portions there are in yellow as compared to the red tenths, because I don't know the relative amounts. And I'm told 195 is this part and this part. There's not really much I can do with that. But on the other hand, in contrast with this scenario, I know that all of these blocks are equal size pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just need to divide 120 by 8. Okay, so 120, divide that by 8, and I get 15. So I now know that each of these is representing 15 counters, 15 yellow counters. Okay, so that means that I can work out how many yellow counters there are all together. All right, because the yellow counters originally, before these, in this scenario, before these, this 20% was turned over, 100% of them were yellow. So that would be 10 times 15. So 15 times 10 equals 150 yellow at the start. Okay, now we still don't know about red, but if we go back up to here, we can work out, we now know that this whole block is 150. Okay, which means then that we can work out what each of these is, because we need to subtract 150 from 195. So 5, 4, okay, and that gives us 45. All right, so each of these is worth 45. Okay, all the way through. And how many? There are 10 of these all together. So 45 times 10 equals 450 red. Okay, and this, so 450. Right, there we go.